on the right side of you, on the left side of you, just behind you, just before you. But it's so important that you need your spiritual eyes to be opened to see the solution for your crisis. Now, one of the ways we have our spiritual eyes opened, as I said, is through brokenness. The psalmist says that the Lord desires in a broken and a contrite heart. We read that in Psalm 51. It is a psalm of confession after David had sinned against Bathsheba, and the prophet had brought a word of, just chastening and chastisement to David. But then in verse 6, Psalm 51, behold, you desire truth in the inward parts, and in the hidden part you will make me to know wisdom. So God brings wisdom from our spirit, provided our flesh is broken. Meaning, it's not about you getting sick or something like that. It's about that self-strength to be submitted before God. It's about coming to God and totally yielding yourself, totally surrendering yourself, totally humbling yourself. And that will result in opening of the eyes. The spiritual eyes, where you will have wisdom. You can see the solution for your crisis. Another incident is seen in Genesis chapter 21, verse 19, where Hagar is sent away with her son Ishmael, and the water in her bottle runs dry. She doesn't want to see the death of Ishmael, her son, puts him under a shrub, and she runs and sits down in another place. And the scripture says, the angel of God calls to Hagar out of heaven. That's in verse 17. Because God heard the voice of the lad. Now, the result of that angelic visitation is given in verse 19. Then God opened her eyes, and she saw a well of water. Now, it doesn't say that God opened a well of water. The water was still there, but she did not, or she could not see that before. But God opened her eyes, her spiritual eyes, which resulted in the physical eyes being open, being directed to a place where there was water. And Ishmael was given that water, and he lived. So brokenness opens our spiritual eyes.